The rain was hitting the glass walls of her penthouse like thousands of tiny whispers, each one echoing her loneliness. Outside, the city lights glittered, but inside, the silence was deafening. Ava Morgan, 32 years old, self-made millionaire, owner of a successful fashion brand, sat on her expensive leather couch, staring blankly at her phone. To the world, she had everything: fame, money, beauty, power. But what no one saw was the emptiness that came with it. Friends who wanted connections, not companionship. Lovers who admired her status, not her soul. She had climbed to the top of the world, only to realize it was too quiet up there. Just as she was about to turn off her phone for the night, a message popped up. It wasn't from her assistant or her team. It was from an unknown number. The message read, "Hey, sweetheart. I know today was tough at school, but Daddy's proud of you. Don't let anyone make you feel less, okay? I love you so much, my brave little girl." Ava blinked. For a moment, she thought it was some prank. But the warmth in those words pierced through her like sunlight breaking a cold morning. It was clearly a message meant for someone else, a father texting his daughter. Yet it reached her, a woman who hadn't heard a sincere, "I love you" in years. Sparkling heart if you believe in kindness, second chances, and the mysterious ways life connects people. Please take a second to like this video, comment your thoughts, share it with someone who needs hope, and subscribe to our channel for more heart-touching stories. Sparkling heart. Ava didn't reply, but she couldn't stop rereading the message. The sincerity, the father's gentle love, it stirred something deep within her. She had grown up with a father who only spoke in boardroom tones and a mother who saw affection as weakness. Her heart, once eager to love, had been trained to build walls instead. But that single, misplaced message made a tiny crack in that wall. The next morning, she decided to reply. "I think you sent this to the wrong number. But it's a beautiful message. Your daughter is lucky." Hours later, a reply came. "Oh no, I'm so sorry. You're right. Wrong number. My mistake, but thank you." I didn't expect a kind response. That was it. A brief, polite exchange. But somehow, that accidental message stayed in her thoughts all day. His words felt real, something she hadn't felt in a long time. The next week, another text arrived. "Sorry again about that last message. I didn't mean to bother you, but I wanted to thank you properly. My daughter Emily read the message I sent to the wrong person, and she laughed, saying maybe the universe wanted someone else to hear a kind word too." Ava smiled. For the first time in weeks, she smiled genuinely. She typed back, "Maybe your daughter's right." And so began an unexpected connection. Through small, unplanned messages, two strangers slowly began to share pieces of their lives. His name was Daniel Brooks, a 36-year-old single father raising his 8-year-old daughter, Emily. He worked as a mechanic in a small town 2 hours away. His wife had passed away 3 years earlier in a car accident, leaving him with grief and a daughter who had his entire heart. He wasn't rich, but he was honest, grounded, and kind. Qualities Ava rarely saw anymore. They talked about life, about Emily's silly jokes, about the exhaustion of balancing dreams and reality. Daniel had no idea who Ava really was, that she was the owner of Morgan Mode, a global luxury brand. She never mentioned it, and he never asked. To him, she was simply Ava, a thoughtful woman with whom conversations felt easy. For Ava, these exchanges became the best part of her day. Every night, when she returned from her glass tower office, she'd make tea and check her messages. Daniel's words were ordinary, but that's what made them extraordinary. He spoke with warmth, humility, and truth. Weeks passed, then months. Slowly, she found herself changing. Her laughter returned, her heart softened. She started visiting parks, donating quietly to single-parent charities, and even sketching designs inspired by ordinary people, not celebrities. Something in her spirit had awakened, but fate, as it often does, wasn't done testing her. One night, Ava told Daniel the truth. She confessed who she really was, that she was a millionaire, that she owned a company, that the world saw her as someone unreachable. There was a long pause. Then came his reply. "You being rich doesn't change who you are to me, Ava. You're kind. That's what matters." She wanted to believe him, but deep down, she feared that soon, reality would separate them. Their worlds were too different. His life was humble, hers glittered with fame. She told herself to be practical, to step back before it hurt. But her heart, It had already chosen. Then came the day that changed everything. Ava was in the middle of a photo shoot when her phone buzzed urgently. It was Daniel. The message read, "Ava, I don't know who else to call. Emily's in the hospital. High fever. I'm scared." Without thinking, she left the shoot, canceled meetings, and drove straight to his town, 2 hours away, through heavy rain and endless traffic. She arrived at a small, worn-down hospital, soaked to the bone. Inside, she found Daniel sitting on a bench, his face buried in his hands. When he looked up and saw her, shock filled his eyes. "You came?" he whispered. "I had to," she said softly. That night, Ava stayed with them, bringing food, arranging medicine, talking to doctors. Emily's condition improved by morning, and when the little girl woke up, the first thing she said was, "Daddy, is that the nice lady who texts you?" Ava laughed through tears. For the first time, her world and Daniel's collided, not in luxury or status, but in pure humanity. After that day, things shifted. Daniel invited her to visit sometimes, and Ava began spending weekends in his small world, helping Emily with school projects, cooking dinner together, fixing things around his house. It was nothing like the glamorous life she knew, but it was everything her heart had been missing. She saw Daniel's struggles, how he worked long hours, how he sometimes skipped meals to save for Emily's future. Yet he never complained. His love for his daughter was unshakable, and his gratitude for life humbled her deeply. He taught her what real strength looked like: quiet, steady, unwavering. Ava started questioning the meaning of success. What was the point of her millions if her soul remained starved of love and connection? Daniel's simplicity, his truth, became her anchor. She realized that what she needed wasn't luxury, it was belonging. Months later, she invited Daniel and Emily to her home. She wanted to show them her world, not to impress, but to share her reality openly. Emily ran around the penthouse, amazed by the view, while Daniel stood by the window, feeling out of place. "This isn't me," he murmured. "I fix cars, Ava. I don't fit here." She turned to him, her voice trembling. "You fit where hearts are honest. You belong where love is real. And that's here with me." Tears welled in his eyes as he whispered, "You're sure?" She nodded. "I've never been more sure of anything." That evening, as the sunset poured gold over the city, Daniel held her hand, and for the first time, Ava felt home. Months later, the news spread. Millionaire designer finds love with single father. The media turned it into a spectacle, but Ava didn't care. She had once built her life for headlines. Now she lived for moments. She continued her work, but with a new vision, creating affordable fashion for working parents, dedicating a line to Emily's name. The story that began with a mistaken text message became a journey of rediscovery, of what it means to love, to heal, to live truly. Ava had found in Daniel not just a partner, but a mirror, someone who reminded her that the richest hearts aren't the ones filled with money, but with kindness and courage. Dizzy, if this story touched your heart. If you believe love can find you in the most unexpected ways, please like this video, share it with someone who needs hope today, and subscribe for more stories that remind us of the power of humanity. Dizzy Love Letter Special Request. Comment below. Love finds a way. If you believe that even the smallest accident can lead to the greatest blessings, AS for Ava and Daniel. They never forgot how it all began. A wrong message sent on a rainy night that turned into the right story of a lifetime. And in a world obsessed with wealth, they built something far more valuable. A home filled with laughter, love, and the unshakable truth that sometimes, fate knows exactly what it's doing.